Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem HaKadosh, the bonus the elder apostles, the great millstone that rule well, and Shalom to all the brothers in the work carrying truth, pushing this word to the four corners. Saw this, on the Telegraph. It says gold overtakes U.S. bonds as world's favorite investment, and it's amusing to observe because what do you call it? It's funny. It's funny just to see because the whole economic system Esau's built is basically off the back of the old way of doing things, having gold back in everything, and building off that. That's like that's become obsolete. That's basically been factored out of because the being able to print money back by nothing and then just adjust and play with the economy just has better longer term stability. But what it's really done is impoverished everyone that's engaging with it's impoverished everyone that's engaging with that system, that monetary system, over the course of time. Because when it was first instituted, it was really up until, what was it? It was the 64, I believe it was, when the gold-backed dollar was done away with. Up until that point, you could still have gold as, you could trade your currency to dollars, then trade the dollars in for gold and still get it. And that was, the reason why the dollar was the reserve currency. But then, it's anyone that kind of knows realizes from that point, you've then just like disconnected the ability. Everyone's fucked. There's no real worth to that currency, and then because there's no worth to the currency, then it's like you basically invest in Babylon. So in fact, I'll read this. It says Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, or daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." And the Babylon the Great, that daughter of Babylon, that virgin daughter, that untouched daughter of Babylon, which is talking about America, it will be no more called tender and delicate. And that's really, from its inception until, relatively recently, really up into probably the 60s or 70s, and then cemented more in the 2000s when the image of America, the mystique, the the uh, the way it was perceived in the world started to wane, man, over time. And it's mega accelerated in like Trump's second term. Even in Trump's, like, from 2016, from Trump getting in, even under Biden, it was the same thing. There was a decline in how America was viewed, and now it's really not looked, not got the same shine. Because if you go down into this article, so it says escalating fears over Trump's wars and tariffs push central banks to dump treasury. So because of the conduct of Nero in the States, that's what's got people so on edge. Because says what gold is overtaking U.S. bonds to become central banks' favorite investment as Donald Trump rattles faith in America's political stability and public finances. So it's a faith in America because the U.S. dollar, that Federal Reserve note, is a faith-based currency. So this is what the share of gold in central banks' official holdings of foreign currencies climbed to 24 percent, maybe. I'm not sure, probably 24% actually. 27% last year, surpassing US Treasuries at 22 PC. According to a report from the European Central Bank, gold's soaring price is the main reason for its newfound dominance of central banks' foreign reserves. The cost per troy ounce rose by 65 PC. It must be percent last year. Don't know why they don't just use the is there percent anywhere else? Okay, now I think it's just percent. Rose by 65% last year, finishing 2025 at their record high, $4,322, £3,209. But the ECB said central banks were also using gold to shore up their balance sheets against the headwinds of geopolitics, often used as code for Mr. Trump's tariffs, wars, and territorial threats. So yeah, basically Trump is the one who's shaking the faith within that system. But then, the nature of that system is, fucking hell, that's funny. The faith nature of that system is always been pinned on, the American political structure, and especially considering when they jumped off the gold reserve, the gold standard, the military industrial complex really has been the backbone of it, really from World War II. But then you could still get gold up until they jumped off that. So that's really where it was like, then you're just dealing with the, how big the American industrial machine can keep running and grinding. So it says the bank cited a survey from late 2025 in which central banks said geopolitics was the third biggest risk they faced, behind only cybersecurity and other cyber incidents. 3/4 of central banks said so. Yeah, cybersecurity as well. That's something that's also, in reality, it's just part of the wars and rumors of wars. Because you'll find that it'll be like Russian hackers, Chinese hackers, North Korean hackers, various different regions. In reality, it's just them basically doing back and forths over back and forths over espionage, different political goods or whatever. That's really the nature of what's happening with a lot of these different hacks happening. You might have the odd guy there trying to make money, you might have people on the dark web trying to access certain things, but a lot of it is state sponsored. What do you call it? State sponsored hackers or like that, where it'll be, they're being funded by their government, to infiltrate these things. Because why you break into those things, you get leverage, and then a lot of these things as well will be resolved behind the scenes. So it says, so what does it say? Gold is traditionally viewed as a haven when markets or politics are stormy, but the ECB noted several disadvantages. Its price is volatile, is expensive to store, and it cannot respond as quickly to shifts in demand. This has traditionally led central banks to favor US bonds and other dollar-denominated investments, which are highly liquid and held in the world's most widely used currency. However, central banks have grown more cautious as Mr. Trump has pursued unpredictable policy on the world stage and piled on more debt. And yeah, the debt is another aspect. But these are the things where now it's, the true nature of what, the fact that they just trusted in the system. And then that's the thing as well, is with them trusting the system, fucking hell. Is that bite or cut? Slug. Trusting the system, you're then, holding to it. Because there's this, Isaiah 30:1, it says, woe to rebellious children, saith the Lord Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's really what, obviously going into Jake, the rebellious children. But then that's really what has been done on the world stage with putting that faith within that currency. It's the new Egypt that they've put their faith in. They're thinking about, this American system's going to continue. And then you go to Revelation 18 as well, where they're lamentating, all the trading ships are lamenting the fall of America, because, with America being done away with, then all their monetary capabilities, that goes in the bin. It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and your trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. And that's where you see, with switching to gold, where gold has now regained its value over the dollar in these reserves, which you have to think about is hilarious, because like they say, oh, there's all these downsides to gold, but as far as it's like with these different economic system assets that people fuck with. That's something where, whilst the system's working and you can play and there's a chance for money to go up, it's cool. When you get a situation like, I don't know, 2008 financial crash or whatever, something where the markets are looking absolutely dire, that's when you then have everyone be like, yo, fuck all that shit, we're getting ancient with it. And they'll get into, gold, actual tangible assets, because it's less volatile. And they know as well, you hang on to that, you don't have to worry about if what that maniac Nero's gonna do. And the thing with Trump as well is like, with those military conquests, that's like especially with the debt, it's then just like looking like a huge, like the upside for the economy is looking non-existent, like where they can't even see that coming. And that's the thing as well, is in reality the elite are looking at the entire system and desirous of it to be crashed. They're going to be doing away with it. They're looking to bring that mark. So just like you have these poly markets where insiders are making gambles on, oh, what's going to be X, Y, Z, you have a lot of insiders where they'll kind of know, okay, well, we're going to have to switch to X, Y, Z anyway. Or these these FRNs are going to be meaningless. Let's finish on this. Proverbs 11:1. It says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord Yahweh, but a just weight is his delight. Yeah, false balance is an abomination. And that's what the FRNs are, man. They're a false balance. He's saying, a promise to play the bearer, even though it doesn't have, any that trade doesn't exist. What's going to be swapped for? But it is what it is. That's that's how fucking finished this this shit is. Read verse 2 as well. It says, when pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom. And yeah, the system of the American financial, military, every aspect of it is built of pride. But that's going to be converted to shame. Because why, it's going to be changed in. They're going to go to the changes, the money changers, and change that pride for shame. Because why? It's as far as, pride wasn't made for men. All that faith, that they have within their system, not this current one, the one they're looking to bring in with that mark, with having everyone chipped and just completely cementing their rule forever. The pride of trying to instate that is what's going to be crushed, man. But yeah, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Shalom.